Hello, I'm Ellie.
And I'm Martin.
Today we are in a very windy Stirling Castle.
Sitting on top of a volcanic crag, Stirling Castle dominates the landscape. Fortified since ancient times, it was an important royal residence and occupied the most important strategic location in the country. It was said that whoever held Stirling held Scotland. The castle has seen many battles, including the Battle of Stirling Bridge and the Battle of Bannockburn. From the ladies' lookout, the royal family could see an elaborate terraced garden, orchard and the King's hunting park. The castle's exhibition tells the stories of the castle's history from its earliest times to the present day. Beneath the palace are the vaults, with fun and interactive exhibitions. They tell the story of the musicians, the painters, carvers, tailors and the jesters who lived and worked at the castle. The royal lodgings convey the sumptuous and fashionable suite of apartments created by James V for himself and his aristocratic French bride, Mary of Guise. Inside you will come across costumed guides, dressed as characters who would have lived and worked at the castle. All the guides we came across were very approachable and knowledgeable, and you really can ask them anything. In the Queen's Inner Hall is displayed a set of tapestries depicting the hunt of the unicorn. They were partly woven in the castle and are closely based on a set of tapestries produced in the 1500s, which are now in New York. The Queen's bedchamber is packed with references to her French heraldry and bedecked with sumptuous brocaded cloths of gold and Persian carpets. The fireplaces in the King's Inner Hall and bedchamber are carved with lions, thistles and eagles. Their significance is uncertain, but it's thought they come from a poem written by William Dunbar called The Thistle and the Rose. It was written in 1503 to celebrate King James IV's marriage to Margaret Tudor of England, and the poet likens the King of Scots to three powerful symbols: the lion, the eagle and the thistle. On display in the Stirling Heads Museum are the original carved oak heads, which once adorned the ceiling of King James V's chambers. Each one is 1 metre wide and depicts images of kings, queens, nobles, Roman emperors, and characters from the Bible and classical mythology. To be a midget to get back here.
Hello!
The North Gate dates back to 1381 and is probably the oldest standing building in the castle. Within the grounds of the Nether Bailey are the guardhouse and 4 powder magazines, built around 1810. There is also an exhibition which tells the story of how the unicorn tapestries were recreated so they could be displayed once more in the Queen's Inner Hall. The Great Hall provided the spectacular setting for state events. Now restored to its former glory, this is the largest medieval space in Scotland. It's where the King and Queen hosted great banquets and celebrations. For the baptism of Henry, James VI's firstborn son, the fish course was brought out on a giant ship, a splendid replica of a great sailing ship sailing on an artificial sea from which volleys fired from brass guns. It's thought this may be the origin of the phrase, pushing the boat out. The original chapel was where Queen Mary was crowned as Queen of Scots in 1542. The chapel was rebuilt by James VI in 1594. It was completed in less than 7 months, just in time for the baptism of his first son, Henry, and became one of the first Protestant places of worship in Scotland. The frieze is original and was painted by Valentine Jenkin in 1628. The castle became the depot of the Argyll and Sutherland Highlanders. A regimental museum dedicated to their long and distinguished history can be found in the King's Old building. What an amazing place.
Certainly is.
Really hope you've enjoyed your little trip around Stirling Castle.
There's so much to see here, it's unbelievable.
There's a lot to see. It recommends two hours in the guidebook, but we could happily be here a lot longer.
We certainly can. Might have to come back and see other bits of it.
Yeah. Take care now. See you next time.
Bye now.
Bye.